Okay, I hope I didn't bump the camera too much. I am Shanna Kramer, and I'm going to be painting this skull. Right, so to start out with, I have this paper that I just print out a grid on it, and this is a kind of a standard size. This is 16 by 20, shrunk down, so I can do my thumbnail sketches. Okay, so this is the sketch that I have for reference to put onto here. I do have one more reference sketch because I painted this recently for work, and that'll be right here. Okay, so it'll end up similar to this, but obviously very different. So this is what we're going for. All right, so I have the skull, and I'll just start sketching out. Okay. Start my skull kind of in the center. And this is going to end up being kind of a deer head, a deer skull, as opposed to, well, I guess it's going to be kind of a combination. Top of the skull, and then we've got the horns. And I'm not putting deer horns on this. These are going to end up being a little more like bull horns. The original intention was to, well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's not anything like the original intention anymore. Okay, so this is probably something that if you have a way to trace it, that's a good idea. Okay. All right, sketch almost done. Okay, good enough. All right, now back to the paint. Okay, and now I'm working much smaller than what I usually do. This is a piece of watercolor paper. It's hot press. I'm thinking it's about 140 pound, and it's coated with orange gesso. All right, my colors, I've got phthalo blue, dioxazine purple, burnt umber, cad yellow medium, and cad red medium, and then of course white. This is just a standard titanium white. All right, so first thing I want to do now is get the background in place. I'll see if I can do this. I'm definitely going to be adding white. I'll try and work around my sketch. If I can get a little bit of the yellow to show through, that's good. And this brush is probably a little too smooth for the texture that I'm after, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Yep, this is not going to be anything like the original just because of the orange background. I don't typically work on colored backgrounds, so this will be kind of fun. I do know that I want the darkest areas at the bottom left and in the top right. I'm just going to darken this up in here. Very nice. All right, pick up some white. Make sure we fill in the top. Okay, my ultimate plan with this painting is to have an art kit available that you can just order online. I'll send it out to you. Canvas paints, whatever you need. And then I'll also include the video of how to paint it. Okay. That's looking good for our background. And now we'll add the skull. All right, I do kind of want it a little bit darker around the edges, so I don't mind. I'll put in some dark. And this is just a burnt umber right over the top of that orange background, which is kind of a cool effect. Getting a little bit of the white and blue mixed in. I don't really mind that at all, though. Okay. And let's see if I can get even a tinier brush in here. Take a little bit of that brown, a little bit of that purple is going to give me a really dark color, and that's what I want to fill in the nose with. Or the skull holes, is it maybe not a nose anymore? I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Moving on. I'm going to blend in some white while that dark is still wet. Which it should stay for a while because this is gessoed watercolor paper. Yeah. Doing the short choppy strokes, I kind of want it to really be sort of a rough looking skull. Don't want it to be too smooth. Okay, I'm going to be putting one more coat of white on over the top of this, it looks like. At least it looks like that right now. I might, but I might not, we'll see. I like that purple and the brown. It's kind of adding a nice texture to it. Nice overall feel. Okay, now we've got the skull color. And now I want to add the horns. I'll start out with this dark. I'm doing just brown to start with. And this is burnt umber is the brown that I'm using. Let's not forget where the top of the horn is over here. It's easy to lose a sketch once you start putting paint on there. Okay, I don't want to keep going with that. That's enough of that. Alright, and then over here, where we can still see the horn pretty clearly. Okay, and that's good for that for now. Alright, moving on. I think I may have to blow dry this really quickly. Alright, so now at this point I think I'm going to put some flowers on it. And the flowers should be really pretty simple. I'm going to start with this purple. Put a big flower here. Okay, I'm gonna add a little red. Another little flower over there. One more red. Alright, back to purple. That's such a nice purple. Just gonna have some like sprays of flowers or leaves or something coming out of it. Just adds a nice texture. And I think this purple kind of goes with everything on here. Just some dabs. Don't have to go too overboard, but no reason not to. Okay. Alright, so that's it for the purple. Let's try some green if we can. That's a nice green. Pick up some white in there. Maybe even a little more yellow. Gotta have some white. It's just gonna fade right into that background. Okay, so we'll do some greens in here. This is a nice faded, muted green. So it's not overpowering anything. There, we got some nice yellows. Put some next to that purple. There. Maybe even get some way out here. Up on top. There, that gives us a nice color to work with. All Alright, one more time with the blow dryer. And you see how those colors really dim down when they get dry. Acrylics always dry darker. And now I want to brighten that up, so I'm going to take some white, add a little touch of red. Pink is not the intended color, so I'll add a touch of orange to that as well. Alright, and I'll just do some... These are meant to be the mid-tones of those flowers. Some little cinnamon bun swirls. Okay, and brighten that up one more time. Back into the white, and I want that to be really, really bright. So it's mostly white this time. That's better. Yep. And I'll add a little bit of color here in a bit. Maybe I'll take some of this yellow right now. Add it to some of these little flowers. That yellow sure is nice. Especially with the purple. There, let's see if I can get some yellow sprays coming out here. Okay, yeah, kind of like that. All right, and now this is meant to be a quick painting. I'm going to add a little bit more white on the skull. Just brighten that up a little. Oh, move some of my leaves. Okay, blow dry again. Okay, so I'm going to take some purple and get some color into those horns. No reason to be boring. We have all these colors that we can use, we might as well use them. And then the highlights, we have these nice yellow highlights. We'll put some highlights up on top of those. There. Oh, maybe I didn't want that there. Maybe I'll just leave it as is. Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and leave it like that. All right, now for the last little detail, which is going to be the lines, the cracks in the skull. So I'm taking a really, really watery umber and a teeny tiny little brush. Okay, now twist, twisting the brush, and then I'll be dragging this. If you're struggling with trying to control this too much, try and hold the painting out, or hold your brush out more toward the end. Oh, come back. All right, there we are. So I can kind of, see? Huh. There we are. So got a line that comes up here and then up toward the center. And these are all cracks. They're not going to be the same on any two skulls. They're not going to be even from one side of the skull to the other. And this one I didn't want to make eyes, especially just sort of a hint of where the eyes would go in this skull, on this animal. Maybe just a little more touch of purple where those eyes are. I really do like that purple. I'm gonna figure out how to get more of it in there. Nope, too dark. Brighten that up a little. Got just purple here this time, instead of trying to mix it. I like the way the purple looks. Why fight it? Why blend it? That green almost turned into a chartreuse. Okay, we need any more flowers in there? Maybe just some white. I made a mess with that water, didn't I? I'll get a little bit of white sprays. These might come falling all the way down. Bring some white into that skull a little bit while I'm at it. Why not? Some bright spots, some darker spots. So this is a new little brush. I don't think I've used it before. It's been sitting in the pile for a long time. It's a Rigger 1/8 inch. It's really soft bristles. Maybe I can try a little bit of that greeny color again. A little bit of contrast with that purple. Yep. All right, I really don't want any more detail than that. Let's see. Aha. What do I do want though? It's maybe a little bit of splatter. Stationary brush, splatter brush. A little more liquidy. Brighten that up a little, get some more white in there. That's not so bad. I'll try that with the purple. Nice. Kind of using up a lot of brushes here, but there. As long as I've got that white out again. Bring back some detail in these flowers. Even bring back a little bit of color too. Ooh, yeah, that'll work. Oh. There, I'll try some a little bit more purple. One big flower. Add some red to it. Going for a little bit brighter color here. Bring back some of those highlights a little bit. I've gotten them kind of lost. Last detail. Yeah, maybe second to last detail. Now I'm missing the red. There we go. Bring back some of that brighter color. There we are. All right, and then I'm going to call this one done. Take my little brush and what the heck, I'll sign it. All right.